Hi, this is Peter from the DJ Podcast. In this video, we're going to be talking about working with patterns in Native Instrument Maschine. Patterns work hand in hand with scenes and are very important when you want to try and make compositions inside of Maschine and not use an external DAW. Let's take a look at what we've got going on in our project so far. Right now we have two kits and they both have one pattern in scene 1. Now patterns are really just the arrangements that you create within a group. Each scene can hold one pattern per group, and of course you can choose to not include a pattern. Right now we have an 808 kit loaded, and we are on pattern number 1. We can choose between the different patterns in the software by simply clicking on the number that's next to the name of the group that we are working with. Pattern 1 is the only one that we have where there has been any sort of arrangement. One thing that you might notice is that when I go through these different patterns, that the number underneath scene number 1 changes. That's because you are effectively choosing which pattern you would like to assign to that scene. Now, of course, you can also do this on the hardware. Underneath the scene button, you have the pattern button, and if you press that and then press button number 1, you will lock in to the pattern selection and editing modes. When you go into pattern mode, you'll see that the right LCD screen shows you the 16 available patterns and which pattern you have selected for this particular scene. Right now we're on number 1, which is assigned to pad 1, and if we want, we can jump all the way to pattern 16, which is assigned to pad 16. We're going to go back to pad 1. Now in pattern mode, we can do things like adjust the length of the pattern, so we can use this knob here to adjust it if we want to make it longer. We could also double the pattern. So all we have to do is press the double button, and that will double our pattern's length with all of the notes we've already assigned. So we're going to go ahead and just press Shift Pad 1 to undo that. And now we're going to talk about duplication. Duplication is not the same as doubling, where doubling simply doubles the length of the current pattern. Duplication is going to create a duplicate copy of it. So we're going to go ahead and press the dupe button, and that will duplicate our entire pattern and put it into the next pattern, which would be pattern 2. So now we can go ahead and switch between pattern 1 and 2, and you'll see that there's no difference between the two. As I mentioned before, you could only have one pattern assigned to each scene for each group. So for our 808 kit, we could only have one pattern assigned to scene 1. Right now, it is assigned to pattern number 2. But what if we decide that we won't have any of our 808 kit patterns in scene 1? So to do that, you want to make sure that you first select the particular scene that you want to remove the pattern from. Right now, we are set to scene 1, and that's where we're going to be removing our pattern. Then you're going to go ahead and press button 4 above the left LCD screen, which says Remove. Now you'll see that we have removed the particular pattern from this scene. One thing that's important to note, though, is that you did not actually delete the pattern. The pattern is still there. So if we go ahead and press pattern 2, you'll see that all of the notes in the arrangement are still there. Remember that scenes and patterns go together, so if you want to learn how to create songs within Maschine and not have to use an external DAW like Ableton Live, check out our video on how to create songs using Maschine and scenes. If you'd like to learn more about Native Instrument Maschine, check out our other videos at youtube.com/thedjpodcast or thedjpodcast.com. Thanks for watching.